It was a morning in November 1989. The cold wind softly brushed against my face as I awoke. I sat up, swung my neck from side to side in an attempt to crack my lifeless bones. I swore I heard my mother's voice. Yeah, I couldn't hear what she said, but it sure woke me up. I made my way out of my bedroom, heading towards the kitchen where I assumed she'd be, like every other morning. In the kitchen, my mother was doing the dishes, nothing out of the ordinary, but things were odd. I couldn't describe it. Some things just didn't look right. The kitchen looked so lifeless. The once bright yellow cabinets looked pale. The cliché checkered vinyl floor looked grey and blonde. Even my mother's red apron, that she always wore, looked pink. I shook my head and rubbed my eyes. I should have got more sleep last night, I scoffed under my breath. My mother turned around with a smile on her face, acknowledging my presence most likely. After observing the contents of breakfast, I decided I wasn't hungry, so I went up to my room to get dressed. I felt heavy and drowsy. What happened last night? I said to myself. Now I'm worried. I can't seem to remember anything before waking up. I try hard to regain my memory, but brush it off as a fatigue, and open my wardrobe to find an outfit. Grey sweater and blue jeans. Impressive, I muttered to myself, with that cheeky sarcasm my mother always hated. I'm off to school, Mum, I yelled. No reply. That's odd. My mother didn't give me her usual lecture about staying out of trouble. I headed for the front door. As I'm walking down the street, I spot my friend. Hey pal, how's it going? My friend ignores me. Hey, what's wrong? He keeps ignoring me. I tapped him on his shoulder, but he swatted his arm as you would a foreign object comes in contact with it. Mate, what's your problem? I yelled, frustrated at today's events. He keeps walking, and I'm left standing on the sidewalk. Wondering what the hell's going on, I decide to go back home. It's too much to handle, and I'm way too tired to bother coming up with a logical explanation. He's probably upset at me. I don't know why though. Upon entering my home, I hear laughter. It's my mother. I find her in the kitchen alone, in the same spot I'd seen her at breakfast. I approach her near the sink. What I see takes the colour right out of my face. The sink was full of blood. My mother's holding a bread knife in her hand. She starts mumbling, I'm sorry. You looked so sweet sleeping in your bed. Barely make the words out, blood covering her arms and dripping into the sink. Are you okay? What have you done yourself? It doesn't take me long to realise the blood in the sink isn't hers. I run for my room. I must still be sleeping, of course. There's no explainer. I enter my room, and I see myself in bed, sleeping. I roll myself over, my body turns, but my head doesn't.